Alright you guys, welcome. Today is like a really cold morning. We are in a second generation CTS-V, okay? This is putting out approximately 800 horsepower at the crank. It's been tuned, it's been modified. I mean, look at this thing on the outside. It's nuts. This is the craziest looking CTS-V I've ever seen in my life, in person at least. You might notice, if you look around, there's a little bit of snow on the ground. You're like, okay, Marcus, you're a little bit crazy driving a 800 horsepower CTS-V in the snow. Well, not in the snow, but in the cold weather. We're just gonna drive really carefully. There's snow tires on, which is pretty badass. The owner of this car dailies it, which is nuts. Just hearing this thing fire up, this does not give off daily driver sounds, you know? Okay, so if you guys don't already know, this has the 6.2 liter V8 supercharged from the factory, right? So this has basically been modified, and as with most 6.2 liter and LS engines in general, especially boosted ones, you can make mean power with like bolt-ons, a tune, you know, maybe a supercharger pulley, stuff like that, which is exactly what the owner has done to this car. Can't beat that sound. Man, we're definitely waking up the neighbors for sure. First impressions, you know, this car does not feel as big as I thought it would be. That is 100%. I thought it was gonna feel very big. Jesus Christ. All right, so like, I'm barely getting into the throttle there. And like traction control is, yeah, all right. That thing is angry. This thing's straight pipe, by the way, so that's where all that noise is coming from. Straight pipe 6.2. If you can imagine dailying this, I mean, I can imagine dailying it, and I can imagine it being a lot of fun, and I do not imagine this getting old at all, like ever. So the transmission, not all that responsive, right? Like I was saying, this was kind of GM's, not like first attempt, but you know, they put paddles on it, which is good. It's definitely good to have the control. And a downshift, some of them will be very smooth. Other times you'll definitely feel it. It's not my first choice. Obviously, I'd rather be driving a manual. I think we can all agree on that. I'd rather be driving a manual. That's when the automatic transmission is better kind of in drive if you're gonna do like full throttle pulls. Jeez, those pops. Because then when you hit the paddles, it's a little bit delayed, right? And the computer's just faster than you, right? Alright, so the transmission is definitely less than desirable. A lot of people complained about the previous generation C63 AMG's transmission, and the second generation CTS-V definitely does not even live up to that in terms of transmission, shifting speed, all of that stuff. As far as the interior is concerned, you know, aside from the standard GM switches and knobs, all that good plastic stuff, the wood grain, that's all plastic as well. It's got a nice Alcantara steering wheel, and the screen actually rises up as you need it for nav or whatever else, and it's not just a fixed screen, which I really appreciate. The seats could use a little bit more bolstering, but it's a good place to be. Alright you guys, don't forget, we have a podcast that goes up every single Wednesday on iTunes. Me and my friends just gather around and sometimes have guests on as well, and just talk about cars and what we film, and so you can probably hear more about this car on the podcast eventually. Give it some gas. Alright. That is a very fast car, okay? And you know what? It's like 3,500 RPM, instant torque, and you can feel the back end just struggling for grip. So many cracks, and you can hear it like popping all underneath the car, like in different spots, like the back, kind of in the middle, in places. Oh, this is great. For those of you watching, it's like 9 a.m. in the morning, so this is like way better than coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but much better than coffee. The sound of that engine just cannot be beat. So the last American car I drove was a C6 Corvette, alright? So that one was like, you know, crazy horsepower. I think it had like, something like 600 and something horsepower at the wheels, 640 at the wheels or something like that. The CTS-V with the supercharger on it is much more of a low-end torque kind of engine, whereas the C6 with its really high-profile camshafts loved to just rev to the moon, and peak power it just got stronger and stronger and stronger as you pull through the gears, right? Whereas this is 3,000 RPM. We've got all the torque in the world. God damn. You know, I really like it. It's angry. It makes me want to drive faster. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe it's not a good thing. But honestly, the amount of time in this video that I'm in full throttle is not very high, which is good. I like that. I like to know that there's a lot more power to be had. There's a lot more fun, for sure. So we'll just drop it down a second here. See if it hooks up at all. No, traction control kicking in. Oh man, that's fun though. The supercharger whine, okay? I mean, I love turbos. Supercharger whine is a whole other ball game. It's screaming for dear life. It's like the back tires are screaming for tread. The engine is like, come on, give me more, I want to go faster. And it's great. I love it. I've had so much fun today. This was like a little taste of a lot of power. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this Cadillac. And let us know what you guys want to see in the future. We're doing a few more things with my MR2. If it snows some more, maybe we'll go drifting and whatnot. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.